Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 5, and this is going to be my trailer breakdown for episode 12 for this season, otherwise entitled Memorabilia. But of course, before we get into the rest of the video, let's actually watch that trailer.
Activating brainwave transmission.
Nora's in trouble. We have to go in after her.
If you die in there.
Guy out here. She's protecting her secret.
Dad can't see my memories.
So yeah, very, and we'll add another very interesting trailer there. I'm sure that gets a lot of people hyped. Now, last episode, a bit of a controversial episode. It seems people either really hated it or just, liked it. So it was really interesting. I personally liked it. But we saw some stuff happen. With Nora, she got her back broken. Owies, not the best. Cicada once again got away without anything happening to him. It's becoming a bit of a meme, to be completely honest, at this stage of the season. But let's see what happens. This episode's not gonna have that much Cicada in regards to reality, you would have to think. It's gonna be inside this weird thing that we'll talk about in this trailer breakdown. But the big thing, I guess, from last episode was some stuff involving Sherlock and investigating Nora's stuff. So he found out that there's two sets of handwriting in Nora's journal. Obviously one being Nora, the other most likely being Eobard Thawne, even though some people are theorizing that it could be a twin, whether that be a twin brother or a twin sister that has the other handwriting. If it's not Eobard Thawne, then it's Eobard Thawne. Let's just not even bother with other theories. Let's just be completely honest there. And obviously there was some drama between Iris and Sherlock in regards to Sherlock sort of going and asking Nora questions about time travel. And I'm guessing that's just set up for some drama in either this episode or some episodes to follow after this. But of course, before we break down the actual trailer, let's quickly go over the synopsis or description, as it actually gives us a decent amount of context to what's happening in this episode. But of course, throughout the trailer breakdown, let me know all of your various opinions. What in this trailer gets you most excited? I'm pretty sure I can predict one or two options that a lot of people are going to say, but let me know, what you're looking forward to and just your various opinions in the comments. And of course, if you're going to enjoy this video and you're very excited for this episode, be sure to drop a like on the video to show support. When Sherlock wants to use a memory machine on Barry and Nora to help gain access to Grace's memories, Nora panics, fearing her parents will find out the secrets she's been keeping from them. Nora secretly decides to use the machine on her own, which ends in disaster after she gets trapped inside Grace's mind. Barry and Iris go in after their daughter, and Iris is brokenhearted by what she finds. Meanwhile, Ralph tricks Cisco into going out for a night on the town. But we start off the trailer by seeing Nora looking back at this machine device thingy, which, as the synopsis says, is a memory machine that Sherlock wants to use in, order for Barry as well as Nora to get inside Cicada's niece Grace's mind and memories and stuff like that. Of course, as we saw at the end of last episode, we had Barry realizing that the way in which to get through to Cicada is through the person he cares the most for and would do anything for, that being his niece Grace, who he treats like a daughter of his own. I think Barry even refers to him as a father. So the plan for this episode is to gain access to her memories in order to wake her up in some way, shape or form, in turn appealing to Cicada's heart. Now the machine, or should I say memory machine in question, I'm pretty sure this is a new thing for this season, or for this season might I say. I don't think we have seen it before. If we have, let me know in the comment section down below. I personally just can't remember seeing it before, but I might be wrong. But if it is new, it wouldn't surprise me if this is possibly made from some remnants of DeVoe's chair that Barry used to get into DeVoe's mindscape at the end of last season. As we do see with Nora when she connects herself to the memory machine, it does have a similar look to when we went into DeVoe's mindscape. So maybe they used some materials from DeVoe's chair or a similar design to it in order to, create this machine. In regards to Nora and her connecting herself to the memory machine, the big memory machine for this episode, we get an explanation for that in both the synopsis of the episode as well as the trailer, when we simply hear her say, "Dad can't see my memories." Now, from what it seems like at least, is that this machine from the get-go is somehow linked with Grace. We do hear the machine say activation or activating brainwave transmission, and the top of the machine just looks like something that would send and receive data and stuff like that, or a signal at least. So I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say they managed to sneak into Grace's hospital room and plant another transmitter of sorts on her to make this setup work, something along those lines, because I don't know how it would work elsewhere, otherwise. But in order for Nora to be 100% certain that something won't go wrong within the memory machine and the beans will be spilled, she goes in solo, which leads to us seeing her being chased by Cicada at one point, and even her standing next to Grace's hospital bed with Grace now awake, which is then followed by a bang and Cicada attempting to make a kebab out of Nora with his dagger. It is hard to tell if that is in Grace's room or just another, random part of the hospital. Regardless, it looks like Nora will realize she messed up pretty quickly into this whole experience. And it will be interesting to see if Nora talking to Grace is where things come out, or if they have to wait longer to get to Cicada. But you think Nora might learn a handful of things, so it would be, worthwhile her experience. Because the thing with Nora this season is that she'll do something silly, like this is pretty silly, her going in solo, even though there's context as to why she's doing it. But when she does something silly, usually she does something half decent to make up for that silly move. So I feel like that thing that will be half decent that she does is get some info from Grace, or maybe even wake Grace up completely. Who knows what they'll do. But as we do see, it isn't just Barry that is going in to help Nora like was originally planned before Nora was like, YOLO, let's go solo. Iris is also tagging along as well, which we already knew would be the case thanks to some other trailers released for, episodes following the mid-season break. Now, this wouldn't be too much of an issue if this was some virtual reality thing, but as Caitlin and I think also Barry say, if you die in there, you die out here. Now, that could be some misleading editing, but we can only go off what the trailer is portraying. Now, we do see that Barry has his powers in this memory machine, he's glowing and lightning all up and stuff like that. So is it just literally taking your real life self and just placing you in here? Or can you just do anything? Could Iris grow flamethrower arms or something if she wanted to use them? Because if she is just normal Iris, then this is pretty risky for her, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what finds out. I think they had to have Iris come in here just to experience it all. I don't know what they would do with her in this episode if she didn't jump in here and experience her daughter's memories. But in regards to the contents of these memories of Nora, outside of stuff to do with Grace obviously, we will actually see Barry and Iris dip into Nora's memories, most likely as a pathway in order to reach where Nora is currently stuck in this memory machine, in Grace's memories. The first one we see is the same one we have seen a few times now, which is of course of the young Nora in the Flash Museum, reading a Flash comic, holding a Flash figurine. They even have this younger Nora dressed in the XS color scheme of yellow, purple and white, which I think is a nice touch. Now, I think Candice Patton said that something in this episode will make Iris feel really bad for Nora. Even the synopsis says it it will leave her brokenhearted. So it could possibly have something to do with this Nora in the Flash Museum. Possibly this is all Nora did when she was young. Maybe she locked herself away here as much as she possibly could. It will be interesting to find out what it is regardless, but I have a feeling it'd be something just Nora was so obsessed or even just broken due to what happened to Barry. And obviously we knew that at this point in Nora's memories, her and her mother didn't have the best relationship. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to find out what it is. But in this trailer, the big thing that people will be excited for is seeing Reverse Flash taking on Barry, sort of. Obviously, this is just a mannequin display thing that is in the Flash Museum, and I don't know if you guys would agree with me on this. If you do, let me know in the comments. If you don't, also let me know in the comments. But I have a feeling that seeing that these are Nora's memories, she might be able to have things happen in order to drive Barry and Iris away from certain things. So she could have this mannequin Reverse Flash go after Barry and all of that, and possibly have other mannequins come alive to scare them off, or at least intimidate them from following. So maybe Zoom, Savitar, and others, different mannequins in the museum could come alive. That seems like the most plausible thing to happen, because if this mannequin is just getting up and walking around on its own, that's just a normal thing in the Flash Museum, then this Flash Museum is just a bit too interactive in my opinion. Some people might have just get, crap themselves, to be completely honest, if they just turn the corner and there's a glowing eyed Reverse Flash in front of them. Just a bit too interactive if that's the case. Now, one of the big questions into this episode and also coming out of the episode will be, will Nora's secrets be revealed? Will Barry or Iris or even Sherlock find out what Nora's secret is? And there's a chance to do. I wouldn't say it's 100% certain, even though the episode is sort of hinting that it possibly could. If I had to make a bold prediction, I think they might just find out that she is hiding something. They might find out that all these things that were happening to them in Nora's memories were caused by Nora in order to, keep them away from finding out certain things. So they might find out that she is hiding something, but they might not find out exactly what it is, Reverse Flash and 2049 and stuff like that. Because it matters what they want to do with Reverse Flash this season. If he's not the big bad, and Sakata is just going to be the big bad and they're saving Reverse Flash for next season, it would be a bit too early, in my opinion, to reveal that she is working with Reverse Flash at this point. If he is the big bad, then this is probably... either this episode or the episode after would be a good time to reveal that, and then they can build up to him actually escaping or something like that. Because he does have, like, what, just over 50 minutes left until whatever that, time is counting down to. So, yeah, it matters what they're doing with Reverse Flash. I think that's the big thing that decides whether, Barry and Iris find out, and Sherlock as well find out in this episode, or if it's much later in the season. It just depends what they're doing with Reverse Flash. Is he the villain? If he is, then we'll find out soon. If he's not, then maybe we don't, or Barry, Iris, and Sherlock on the others don't find out until much later. But, it just depends what they're doing with our good old mate Eobard Thawne. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on the video to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on this trailer. What caught your eye the most? What you're looking forward to the most? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.